Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Chapkin. I'm a Regents Professor and University Faculty Fellow at Texas A&M University in the Department of Nutrition and Food Science. I received my PhD at the University of California, Davis in 1986, and then did a postdoctoral fellowship in their School of Medicine for another 2 years. And in 1988, arrived at Texas A&M University and have been here as a faculty member in this department for the past 22 years. My work is in the field of nutrition and chemoprevention, and we focus on how diet actually reduces the incidence of colon cancer and chronic inflammatory diseases. Specifically, we focus on the molecular mechanisms of action, and our work has been funded for the past 22 years from the National Institutes of Health, and many of our students have gone on to win national awards through the American Society of Nutrition and other ancillary societies. And ultimately, some of our research is translational because we're also looking at how diet affects molecular markers of disease risk, and we are attempting to develop those markers so that we can determine how an individual is going to respond to nutritional intervention. Again, we also focus on chronic inflammation and a number of immunological disorders such as inflammatory bowel disease. So we have a broad spectrum of research in the laboratory. I teach an undergraduate and a graduate course in the field of nutrition. At the undergraduate level, I teach an introductory nutrition 203 class for our majors, which is an overarching class looking at, again, fundamental mechanisms by which nutrients affect human biology. At the graduate level, I teach a nutrition 642, biochemical aspects of nutrition, and there again we focus on the molecular mechanisms of nutrient action from a molecular and cell biology standpoint. I harvest students from a variety of disciplines, but with respect to nutrition, we have a tight affiliation with the Faculty of Nutrition and the Department of Nutrition and Food Science, and our students in my laboratory focus again on the cell and molecular biology aspects of nutrient intervention with respect to developmental biology and colon cancer. And my students are working on a variety of projects, and all the way from translational to basic science aspects. A number of my graduate students have gone on to obtain faculty positions at various universities throughout Canada and the United States and even Europe. A number of them are obtaining additional research experience as postdoctoral fellows at a number of prestigious laboratories around the United States, Canada, and Asia as well. So the majority of research conducted in my laboratory is performed by graduate students in the field of nutrition and ancillary fields. However, we have great interest in recruiting the most talented undergraduate students who might have an interest in research as well, and we work at really explaining to these students and showing them firsthand what research really is, since most people don't know what we do most of the time, and how we develop hypotheses and investigate the role of nutrition in the development of chronic diseases. So these students are exposed to actual experiments where they perform research, interact with other graduate students, postdoctoral fellows, and of course me being the mentor of the lab. And then if they're extremely talented and fortunate, go on to publish some of this research in peer-reviewed publications and even present this research at scientific meetings. So we're very excited about recruiting, again, the most talented undergraduates as well as graduate students into the laboratory. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Harmony Turk, and I am a PhD student in Dr. Robert Chapkin's lab, and I currently look at the effects of omega-3 fatty acids on the plasma membrane and the localization of a key receptor, the epidermal growth factor receptor, in the plasma membrane, and how omega-3s can alter the localization and downstream signaling from this receptor, which is important because this receptor is overexpressed in many cancers, and if we can downregulate its signaling, then we could potentially protect against cancer, or it could serve as an agent to reduce the signaling of this receptor once people already have cancer.
Hello, my name is Manaswisha, and I'm a genetics graduate student working in Dr. Chapkin's lab in Department of Nutrition and Food Science. My work is focused on looking at how diet, especially omega-3 fatty acids, found mainly in the fish oil, affects the microRNA levels, which are a newly found species of RNA in the colon cancer. We use several techniques like microscopy, real-time PCR, northern blotting, and also western blotting to see how the levels of microRNAs and their targets change when the diet is fed to the animals.